Welcome to Footballland.
Hello.
We should get that guy that does the boxing to do that. Not that you're not good at that.
No, the darts. Or the darts.
Yeah.
Footballland.
Yeah.
Welcome to football. It's weird. Darts is different from boxing in that darts is a bit more sort of weird and mournful and pathetic. Like when he's like 100.
Yeah.
Sort of sighs at the end, doesn't
he? I got really
he?
into the darts this January just gone, and the way he was shouting 180 is not how I remembered it from childhood.
It's not like, let's get ready to rumble.
180.
It's more
and
like...
then he would just like sort of die a little death.
Yeah.
It would fade away.
It's something in his body.
What's happened?
Dies every time someone hits a 9-dart finish.
It's a bit like a kind of...
He hates darts, I think.
Yeah,
well, either that or it's some kind of like parable.
Yeah.
Some sort of ancient...
You've got the voice for darts, but you hate darts.
Yeah, but he's only got like 1,000 times he can say 180. And so he knows that the closer he gets, his voice box is going to go. And so he's kind of reserving himself. Every time he gets really excited and then he's, oh yeah, I should probably...
What, so he forgets at the beginning of each one,
yeah,
remembers halfway through.
He just loves darts so much, but he's very forgetful.
Yeah.
But then also very rememberful.
Can you do the PDC World Championship next week? I've only got 3 180s left before I go mute. I've only got 3 left before I go.
Imagine that. Imagine 2,000 years in the future, this becomes an actual kind of parable.
Yeah.
And you know, instead
Aesop's
of like,
Tale of the Dart.
Yeah,
the
it's
Dart
like
Man.
Anthony Richardson's Tales, and nobody talks about like King Midas or any of that anymore. The Minotaur or kind of Pegasus. It's now
the parable of that bloke off the darts.
Yeah,
and you see a Disney movie like made of it.
Yeah.
That gets number 1.
His name would be like, I don't know. We should probably like Dart Throat.
Dart Throat. Dart Throat Jones.
Yeah.
Dart Throat Jones from Dartford.
The story of Dart Throat Jones and the disappearing esophagus.
Yes.
Esophagus fables.
That's like a J.K. Rowling could. Yeah. That's like a J.K. Rowling title.
See how easy that is to knock off?
Yeah.
Swat.
Yeah, have that. Right, let's have a jingle.
Son, tell them about Footballland.
Footballland is the one for me. Footballland is the one for me. Good for you and your baby. Yeah.
Footballland. I love it. I actually do.
Right, okay. I've got an idea for a ride. I've got an idea for a ride for
the fairground.
No, it's not fairground.
Is it actually a ride?
It is a ride.
Oh, okay.
It's a ride.
Oh.
It's up for debate as to how it's done,
how
executed.
That's good, because that's what we're here for.
I'm going to give you my.
If this was
thoughts.
I'm telling you what this is, it would be very short.
It's called the Kane and Sonbination ride.
Ooh.
So Kane and Son have just broken the world record for most times they've passed it to each other and
What a
scored.
shit world record.
Terrible, isn't it?
They're like Guinness World Records are really scraping the barrel that year.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to feel sorry for Spurs fans when that's what they're clutching onto.
Yeah. I was looking at the Wikipedia entry. Well, there wasn't even a Wikipedia entry of it because it was just a bullshit made-up Spurs stat. But I was looking up the top 10 and I thought Shearer and Sutton would be like number 2. But of Drogba and Frank Lampard, number 2. And then Shearer and Sutton, I thought that they scored like 1 billion goals together in 95, 96 or 94,
Not
95.
assisting each other enough.
No, it must have been Tim Sherwood knocking them in for both of them.
But Sherwood and Shearer or Sherwood and Sutton is not a combination.
Exactly, not a combination.
Yeah.
No.
So who's third? Can you remember?
Can't remember at all, no.
Because that would have been like...
Oh, was it like Bergkamp and Pires or something? Shall I look it up?
Because if it was like the SAS, they could have just kept going SAS. And that's...
Yeah,
I know that's not a thing, but it sounds fun.
It's the sassy SAS.
Yeah.
They turn out, ooh,
SAS.
you've got an incident, we'll sort it.
Because it could be like, Shearer and Sherwood and Sutton.
Yep.
Which sounds like either a sort of like a solicitor's firm.
Or something out of Dickens.
Or,
brokers.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know how much I could probably talk about that kind of triumvirate until it takes Anthony to kind of...
give me a second.
Get that list up.
Right, okay. So, the top 5, Harry Kane and Son.
Yeah.
Didier Drogba and Frank Lampard, Thierry Henry and Robert Pires, David Silva and Sergio Aguero, and then Teddy Sheringham and Darren Anderton. You have to go all the way down to number... I'm just looking for Shearer and Sutton, and they're not even in the top 20, Shearer and Sutton.
Wow. So 2 Spurs entries. I mean, that kind of shows you how much of a shit stout that is.
Yeah.
In the top 5, there's no Shearer and Sutton, and there's 2 Spurs entries.
Yeah. There's only one Man City as well.
And Nobby Solano and Alan Shearer are before Shearer and Sutton.
Nobby,
incredible.
With his invisible Peruvian trumpet.
I think the best way to do this is we need a ride which has 2 tracks and you get transported, thrown from one to the other. Yeah. Do you see what I mean? One car to the other. I think the best way to do it is, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, and I might have got out there here, is you have 2... I don't want to go down the giant fiberglass route again, but just their faces. Okay. Son's face... And
giant fiberglass faces?
Yeah, giant fiberglass faces.
So I thought you
really
lost your mind for a second.
Of Son on one side and Kane on the other.
Yeah.
They're attached to poles that go up to the top, okay? Yeah. You're thrown between their mouths. They spit you out from them to the other. Spit out, in, out, in, out.
It's not very sanitary.
And it's,
I don't think fiberglass can do that. It needs to be something a bit more advanced than fiberglass.
It's if you put the reverse of a vacuum cleaner from the back of it and just create a blast of air that's blasting you from one to the other.
Leaf blower.
Like a leaf blower.
Or a vacuum could do it. Sucking from
a jet
one to the
of
other.
water.
Yeah.
Don't forget a jet of water in this. Don't forget a jet of water. And we don't have many water rides. And in fact, you could actually bring them together and they could be kissing.
And you could just climb between.
You
very saliva-heavy kiss.
You can swim in between them.
The jeopardy is
you could swim
you've got to get across before they break and realise they're on a football pitch. And now's not the time for heavy petting.
And they keep going up and up and up until one of them spits you out. Into the gift shop. Into the gift shop.
You love a gift shop.
Yeah. And I think both on 2 poles, spitting you between them upwards and then spat out. It's so simple. It's a water ride. A Hoover, the world's first suction blow water ride. Suck and blow.
Can we involve an element of skill? Can either the person that's being chucked about control it a bit more, or someone on the ground is controlling it, so it is a game of, because it sounds like a whole load of fun, but it's quite random.
It is quite well. The way it would be sort of robotic. It would just go 1 2 1 2 1 2 spit. But if you had someone, if you had someone like the next person in the queue, or maybe your friend who didn't want to be spat and blown, and they're controlling it there, and they can press a button of or you could press a button on each person's tongue. On Son's tongue, there's a giant button when you're ready to be blown into the other person's mouth.
Well, yes, and I'm thinking if rather than fiberglass faces, they're holographic. So they are blank.
Yeah.
And depending on how many you do, determines what their faces are. So you might end up at the end, we've equaled Nobby and Shearer's.
Oh, right.
So,
Okay. So that's the number.
Yeah.
That's
aim
the
is
number.
to
So
get
it's instructional as well.
Yeah. So the aim is to get to Son and Kane, but very few people do that because what they've done is out of this world brilliant.
Yeah. Well, it's like button bashing games on PS controller, like the classic was like Daley Thompson's Decathlon or whatever.
Keyboard ruiners.
You could have that sort of mechanic button bashing too, and it's trying to spit you between them.
Well, one person's doing the ascent and the other person's doing the transfer.
Yeah, that's right. And then you're the partners as well. It's double partners.
Do we need to send a person up there, or could it be a ball?
No, it's got to be a person because I think it's got to be white knuckle. We've got to think big in this person, and also the suck and blow mechanic. Yeah. Like imagine that being patented, suck and blow mechanic.
Yeah,
TM.
But isn't like
do you want to get sucked or blown by Hurricane?
there is, before you get too excited about the paint,
Oh,
there
yeah.
are those vac and wash hoovers
Yes.
They are.
that must have some kind of blow and suck action. Otherwise, you just have a wet carpet,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
assuming, so don't get too super excited. I didn't go to a fairground or a theme park recently, but I did do something that might be able to inform this.
Go on.
Like, it wasn't a deliberate piece of R&D, but I went to Centre Parks recently.
Oh, nice. Which one?
Elverden.
Oh, yeah. Good forest.
Good forest. Lots of muntjacks.
Is that Suffolk?
Yeah, it is. And so I got in a COVID soup.
Yeah. Was that served in the Starbucks there?
Yeah, it was basically everywhere. I got in, a swimming pool with about 300 other people in a pandemic, and I'm alive.
Yeah.
But what I did do, which I've not done for a while, was I went on a flume.
Yeah, good ones at Centre Park. I mean,
yeah.
they are good flumes.
I went on a flume, and I went also on a rapids bit that's outside.
Yeah.
And the only thing I'll say, I really like the button bashing mechanic. I think that's really fun. But if Anthony's initial idea for this was something that it's out of your control, and so I sent myself head first down the rapids.
Yeah.
And it's all slippy and slidey, which I did pass under a sign that said,
Don't do that.
Don't do
Yeah.
that. But nobody stopped me. No. And that was fine. But it was
What
quite...
are you going to do, fire me?
Yeah. Yeah, but they didn't, and that was quite nice. But there was one point where the friends that we were there with, I got turned onto my side at one point, and so had he. And he just came alongside me.
Oh,
and we
that's
were both
nice.
Beautiful.
Spooning.
sort of weird, sort of
69ing on the flume.
It was 69. It was sort of, but our bellies were touching, and we were both sort of almost leaning on our elbows in a very kind of like you used to get
Was
on
he
70s
doing it head first as well?
movies.
Right.
We'd both sort of been turned around head first, and it was almost like we were having a casual conversation on a couple of lounges.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're right," and he was like, "Yeah, you're right." This weird, and then I just took off again,
Oh.
and so I had no control. So there is something quite nice about what you were initially saying.
Son
whereas
and Kane 69.
It's a water run. Oh no, that's not.
That's what I'm getting from
That's
you.
not what I brought up. But I'm just saying that there is something quite nice of just sitting in a body of water and having no control.
Yeah.
And whereas people probably are not going to come to Footballland in their trunks, we could get them to sit in a rubber ring or something like that.
What you could do
And they
is
could
you can
kind
have
of-
the world's first ever vertical motion water ride.
Ooh.
So you get you still get the two poles.
Yeah.
And you've got each one head and then another head, which are like, say, Kane and Son Kane and Son would be at the top.
Yeah.
You have whoever's number 20 in the list of, so you have the bottom two fibreglass heads would be Paul Scholes and Ryan Giggs.
Ooh.
So Ryan Giggs blows you to Paul Scholes
Controversial.
Yeah.
on a water jet.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's and Ryan Giggs are next. So there'll be another Ryan Giggs. No, Ryan Giggs again. Ryan Giggs to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That works.
Yeah.
And then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to then spit you out into Harry Kane,
Oh.
who then spits you into Dele Alli, who then spits you into Dennis Bergkamp, who then spits you into Thierry Henry, who then spits you into Andy Cole, and then spits you into Ryan Giggs again. That's the third Ryan Giggs on this ride.
Whoa.
And then you keep getting spat up until it gets to like Frank Lampard, big Frank Lampard head, which would be his real head, like his normal sized head actually, to Didier Drogba's head. Spat.
Yep.
And then Harry Kane.
Cole.
All right.
Harry Cole's come to service the flume. All right, yeah, Harry Cole, yeah. I heard you got a blockage somewhere on the some combination ride. Yeah, get up there and flash it out, mate.
Harry Kane blows you into the gift shop.
Into the gift shop.
What are you travelling across when you're being...
Jets of water. You're being blown across, upwards.
I can say that you do. There is, when in a body of water, there's a serenity
Everyone
kind of comes
loves-
over you. You feel very safe. I was in a
Everyone
wave
loves-
machine.
yeah.
I went round the lazy river. I didn't get to go on the cyclone, which was a shame because that would have been very
Top banana.
But the kids were too scared, and I felt weird queuing by myself.
If on your way down having the head first reclining, all very calm, you'd been spat onto another flume, would that have disrupted your sense of calm?
No, I would have loved it because it was nice. I had no idea. I wasn't in control. but I was buoyant, and also effectively I was in a very shallow bath of water because it was like a very wide, safe flume. There was another flume, a blue flume I went on that was like great. It was one of those old school ones that you could propel yourself. Yeah. And then at the end, it's almost like the getting spat out motion. Yeah. When you get a bit of air at the bottom, that's very thrilling.
Have you ever done one of those kind of like 90-degree just
vertical drops?
No, but I would like to.
They're amazing, yes. Yeah. They are really scary, but they are incredible.
I think the conclusion here is that water jets are amazing. Yeah. Being in water and fun. Being spat from head to head.
Do we need to weigh the person so we know how much pressure to apply for each transfer, or we just...
I think as long as there's a minimum pressure, that's fine. Maximum, I mean, if it's like,
if you're very frail and elderly, you get slapped against the
old lady.
Hurricane's teeth.
Yeah.
Some little old lady, Solskjaer is going to spit her. She's going to get knocked over by a passing Terry Venables wrecking ball.
Yeah, but what's nice is that you fall into a body of water, so you're fine, and we'll have lifeguards
at each level.
Yeah. With a net and a hook.
If you get and also
in trouble.
That
sounds totally safe.
That's bringing in the element of sometimes footballers combine but don't score. Sometimes the pass goes astray.
Yeah.
So it'd be good if Betty, like age 73, gets slapped into Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's chin.
Yeah.
Peeled off and put into a net. And thanks very much for coming.
Did you enjoy yourself, love? Scraping her off the bottom of the pool.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, cool.
It's great. Let's
go for it. Let's have a vote then.
Okay.
All in favour of the Harry Kane Sonbination, say aye. 3, 2, 1.
Aye. Great.
Yeah. Super stuff.
Good. Well, my trip to Centre Parks wasn't a complete waste of time.
Yeah, it wasn't in vain.
Oh, good.
Yeah, question, Ryan.
Yes.
You've got an idea for a ride /attraction /experience. What is it?
It's called...
It's a good question, Anthony.
Yeah, well, it was good. It was very good. Yeah. It's called the Catapult Bra.
Right.
And it is...
Catapult Bra.
The Catapult Bra, yeah. So, those sort of sports bras that players wear now?
Yeah, the vest things that come like crop tops for footballers,
Genuine question, what are they for?
They're for tracking data. There's a little unit in the back that gives all sorts of data. And when they first launched, Catapult was the leading company, but may not be now. But I always know them as the Catapult Bra.
Right.
Okay.
And I wanted to create an ode to that.
Yeah.
Because it is a big thing now. All footballers wear them and they're in the colours of their kits. So Leeds have like white ones, so their sort of black bra doesn't show up under. So they've
unseemly, isn't it?
Yeah, they've followed through on the social faux pas of not wearing a black bra under a white shirt for it being a bit saucy.
How far down the professional league pyramid does this go?
There are quite a lot now.
Definitely Championship, probably League One.
Yeah, I don't think and they're obviously worn during training and stuff, and it's the whole kind of player loads and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because it's actually amazing. Because if you look at like a footballer outside, a few footballers have actually got full sets of boobs.
Yeah.
So when they put on those bras, they actually look flat chested. But they've actually got like 36 double Ds. A few of them.
Yeah. I miss the days of ogling footballer cleavage.
Yeah.
I know. Times have changed. They're both amazing and also a bit underwhelming because you think, hasn't technology developed small enough yet that we need to... Yeah,
can't you just wear a watch?
Can't you just
like something in your
swallow it and it lives in your
it lives in
bloodstream?
Or
just at least, not even if it's small enough, just build it into the shirt.
I can't believe that 25 years ago or 30 years ago we just invented putting chips into cats' necks, microchips.
Yeah.
Why are we not injecting footballers with microchips?
It's a very good question.
Yeah. Why are we not putting them into the back of their necks?
Our cat is great going forward, doesn't track back.
Yeah. Well, you know that from the data that Opta at the vets.
Opta I wanted to create an ode to this, and I was thinking about a ride, and I thought, the obvious thing would be sort of like those reverse bungees that you get at sometimes now even in the middle of shopping centres and stuff, you know, and it'll say youngest rider 0 or like 9 months, oldest rider 99 months.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. And then youngest person to die 0, you know, 9 months, oldest person to die 99. No 99-year-old getting on an inverse bungee in a shopping centre.
And that's because they're lazy.
Yeah, well, yes.
Because they can't get to the shopping centres anyway, because there's not much mobility.
I mean, it would save their legs on the stairs or even the escalator.
Yeah.
Just get on that and catapult yourself up to...
I'm surprised Thora Heard wasn't advertising that in the 90s.
I'd love it if they did it on their mobility scooter. That's the sort of thing. Get up into it.
It's like the ultimate stand stairlift, isn't it? It's turbocharged stairlift.
Would an elderly person in space be completely mobile? Would they be like, you know, like moving their bodies all around just easily? Or would they still have joint trouble?
They'd still have some complaint.
Yeah, you've still got to use muscle control to move.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to, they'd have to drink their Horlicks through like a kind of pouch.
Oh, yeah,
really
space food.
Really fuck them up. And
then you could have Horlicks flavoured anything.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You could have like a roast beef dinner that's Horlicks flavoured.
But then they'd all be asleep. And like, ground control to ISSOAP, ground control. And you're like, yeah, it's Horlicks time.
Why did we send these
that
people
is the
up to
only
space?
problem with 90-year-old astronauts.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's plain sailing.
So the obvious thing is, yes, it's kind of a reverse bungee, and we use a kind of bra. It could be like a couple's ride, where you both get into one cup. And
you should be allowed to put a nipple on your head if you're playing a tit each.
Or on your feet if you're stood on it. And then I thought, yeah, that's okay. But then I kind of thought we could maybe put people into a bra and sort of ping them, a bit like when you sometimes ping underwear across a room into a laundry basket.
Yeah.
And I thought that's okay. And then the more I sort of thought about it, the more I was thinking about the bra and the nature of the bra, sort of alone in my room.
Yeah.
The more I thought about bras, I actually thought,
did you? A little duvet tent?
No, well, yeah.
I just went upstairs and I had a good think about bras.
I did make a duvet tent. I got the torch out and I sat under there with my little notebook and I was thinking, really, we could do more with this ride because, you know, we've sort of subjugated women for long enough.
Right. Not us personally.
Not us personally, no. But the man has.
Yeah.
And then I thought, you know what this ride could actually be? It could not be a ride.
Right.
And so I invented the Catapult security team.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so hang on.
There's a team of men and women that go round Footballland
stealing people's bras.
No, looking for bell ends.
Oh.
People...
Looking for tits.
No, yes, looking for tits. Exactly, very good.
Very good.
The Catapult security team
mate, you're being a
looking
tit.
for tits. I mean, mostly it will be them following stag do groups.
Yeah.
But what they do is they basically throw a giant bra around a group of individuals behaving like arseholes or an individual, and they kind of fling them out of Footballland.
Oh, that's great.
And I think it's a padded bra.
Yeah.
Quite a heavily padded bra, like maybe like a Victoria's Secrets. And so they don't die.
No.
But we get them as far away from Footballand as possible.
Them out.
And I thought that would not only just be...
for the lads.
Yeah, for everybody.
Yeah.
Fling them out for the lads and ladies and children and people.
Fling them out so the park's a more pleasant place to be.
Exactly. And I thought that would be like a nice way of levelling the playing field a little.
Yeah.
Making sure Footballland is a nice place for all.
Yeah.
And it'd be quite funny as well, actually. I think it'd be quite a nice bit to watch. There'd be like a big siren go off, like, yeah. And our security team have got like maybe 3 lads who were, I don't know, pissing into, you know,
the combination fountain.
Yes, exactly. It was kind of funny. Or you know, they've done it into a bottle and then are sneakily pouring it into anything. And then whoosh, they kind of lasso them. They tighten the straps,
Ooh.
and then they kind of get together in kind of like a formation, like you sort of see maybe in like Disney films.
Yeah.
And then they kind of
they catch people in bras.
where they catch people in bras. A bit like any kind of Christmas film where there's elves sort of get together.
Yeah,
in like
all busying themselves around a big contractor.
building a tower
Yeah.
like that, and they just kind of heave back, and it's very, very quick justice. It's almost like a kangaroo court. It's
Right.
it is. There's no like, oh no, sorry, that was actually Lucas Aid. Like,
Come on, lads, get in the
none of that.
catapult.
And I think that we can test this in Footballland, and if it works, we could apply this to other areas of
Bring it to,
life.
into football, because if
Everywhere.
someone's being a dick or a tit even in the stadium, you can fling them over the roof, as long as it's not the
if they're
Millennium
being-
Stadium, which is covered roof.
If they're being a dick,
Wembley.
we
Yeah,
should,
or Wembley.
we should
Wembley.
catapult them out with catapult pants.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh.
I was going to say about that is
Yeah.
with the Opta testing that it takes data, you could actually catch people who are dicks in their very nature just by putting the bra around them, and it scrapes their data, and it can tell you whether they've got like a criminal record or maybe they've just been dicks before in the past.
Yeah.
Maybe it looks at their social media history, and then
Some
you can
crime
fling
is
them out the
noble,
park.
Anthony. Some crime is noble.
True, that is, well, it can tell whether crime's noble or not.
Mark Noble?
Mark Noble
In this instance?
Mark Noble can be the ultimate judge in the kangaroo,
Yes.
kangaroo
Yeah.
courts.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
can. So they run the data on just random people that, you know, like a stop and search policy, I
Yeah.
guess, which is highly controversial, but not in Footballland.
Not in Footballland.
As long as you're weeding out the tits.
Yeah, and so and if we thought the flinging was too much and too unsafe, we
Yeah.
could just leave them bound together.
Yes.
Almost like the stocks.
Medieval stocks. Yeah, bring
exactly.
the stocks
just
back.
kind of like bring the stocks back.
There's a lot of aerial traffic in Footballland.
There is, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, there's the Terry Venables wrecking ball.
Yeah.
There's the shaved dogs wrapped in sun cream.
Yeah.
There's the Sonbination.
We've also got the car, the cars attached to posts, or
the Party Song Park and Ride.
Yeah, that one.
I mean, if these are criminal elements, are we going right wing and saying it doesn't matter if they crack into one of those, they've got it coming, or do we want to be a bit more lefty, softy?
I
woke?
think this is up to Mark Noble to decide.
Yeah.
We let him have. We can absolve ourselves of all responsibility. Don't forget, Urigella's up in a helicopter.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
with
Yeah,
365 pilots.
Mark Noble, I trust Mark Noble to deliver justice.
I trust Mark Noble with every element of life,
because he's
Not
a
with
bit,
taking penalties when he's just come on the field.
Oh, true.
apart from
yeah.
penalties.
But he has the kind of he has a market stall vibe about him.
Yeah.
He's the guy that I'm going to go back to because I know he's not putting fresh fruit on the top and the mouldy fruit under the bottom.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
he's sort of not. He's not done some jiggery pokery with his scales.
No,
and
he
therefore,
hasn't. He's honest as the day is long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're going to go. So Mark Noble is absolutely the man that you want in charge of. And I've seen Mark Noble in one of these bras many times.
Yeah, so he knows how to, and
He
he
knows
has
how
got
they
a
work.
cracking set of breasts. He really
Yeah,
has.
he
They are
does.
delicious. I would trust him. So okay, yeah.
All right then.
Cool.
All those in favour of the Catapult security team tracking down tits and throwing them out, then say aye after 3. 1, 2, 3.
Aye.
Aye. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll try it out and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed to work.
It's not.
Let me take your hand. I wanna take you to football land. It's built in the sand. And I'll run out of lyrics.
It's Mark.
Here's Mark.
Hi. Right. Garth Crooks Team of the Week on the BBC Sport website.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it
Right.
should be honoured. Yeah.
It
There
needs
should
to
be a
honoured.
plaque
I think we need to celebrate
for services
this.
to comedy.
Yes. So those of you who are not aware of this, he has a weekly column on the BBC Sport website, which is Garth Crooks Team of the Week, where he picks the best 11 from the Premier League.
It's 11 people who scored.
It's usually
No
11 people that
matter
score.
Yeah.
who,
So
what position they were in.
the
Whether it makes a team,
formation
yeah.
gets weirder and weirder. If he could,
Yeah.
he'd do away with the defensive line because they rarely score.
yeah.
I think the trouble is sometimes he realises that all the criticism criticism that comes his way, and then he has a couple of sensible weeks.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't wait
Tones
to
it
read
down.
the.
Yeah.
He's put everyone. He's even put in a holding midfielder where there should be one, and there's a defender in defence.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But then he can't.
Yeah.
He can't stop himself. He can't resist it, and then he's
he
back
has
to normal.
various bees in his bonnet that he has to
Haircuts.
Yeah,
Pogba's haircut.
yeah. He famously hates Pogba's hair and criticizes him week in, week out. So he sometimes puts people in the team just so he can slag them off, which is amazing.
Yeah.
He once put Jordan Henderson in the team of the week for reasons I can't remember, but then proceeded to talk about everyone else on the Liverpool lineup apart from Jordan Henderson. I have no idea why he did that.
Yeah.
He gets metaphors confused. Like the week we're recording this, he says Leeds were leaking goals faster than a burst water main, which doesn't make any sense. Burst water mains do not leak goals. That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
He's amazing. And there's always...
What does leak goals?
Football teams.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But do they leak them?
Well, I know what he was driving at, but the specific correlation between water mains and football teams both leaking goals.
I wondered if you were a company and you'd like set up your like KPIs, and then one of the staff went and told another company what your kind of like objectives were.
That is leaking goals.
That would literally be leaking
goals.
goals.
Yeah, they're leaking goals faster than a undercover KPI.
That's what he should put.
Yes.
Strategic
whistleblower
manager.
Yeah. I mean, he could have gone there with it.
That would have been a much tighter analogy, yes.
But how do you translate that to a ride, Mark?
It's not a ride.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because...
It's a facility or a function of Footballland. So I'm proposing that at the end of the day, we do a team of the day.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we award 11 people who've been through Footballland with you are part of team of the day.
So not staff then?
The staff are exempt.
Right,
you can't be a staff member. And I think it's up for grabs as to what we choose to reward.
Yeah.
And because it's Footballland, it's not going to be positive things. You're going to get in the starting lineup or the team of the day lineup because you've had the mother of all sulks.
Yeah, okay.
You've eaten the most unhealthy thing all day.
Yeah, best bath.
Best bath,
Best
yes.
bath. I think, we should definitely be scouring the security cams to see who chundered the most.
Oh, bath. I thought you said bath. I thought you were just like, who had a lovely bath.
I initially thought you said bath as well.
Nigel
de Jong's clog flume. Or, I like the idea of there being a team of the day. That's quite nice. It feels right. It feels, in this kind of... I could see it on the big scoreboards as you're leaving. They're kind of turning over like those FIFA cards. Like,
that's good.
And so you've got that mad formation of like a 1-1-1-1-2-1-1-1-1.
Yeah,
of kind of Garth Crooks team of the week up on the board. So it's going to have to be a vertical board.
Yep.
And you're waiting for that to turn over and then an announcement. So all we need is the categories.
What's your prize actually though for doing it? Could you get a refund of your whole time at the park
on a daily basis?
Yeah, maybe it's like
whatever spectacular has happened.
Yeah,
maybe
it's a bit like a champagne moment in.
If you remember when McDonald's
cricket.
did the Monopoly, and you'd be like, I've won a small prize.
Yeah,
don't have to be big. Stuff. Yeah, just a little.
Golden Wonder. They did a thing where every single prize was different. So you could win anything from a paperclip to £1 million, not £1 million.
You could win a paperclip.
Yeah. You could win anything. So something like that where it's completely arbitrarily done.
So theme park based. Best deposit of refuse.
Yeah. Can I just ask loudest decibel scream on a roller coaster?
Yeah, that would be up there with a thing worth
stupidest
rewarding.
pose, because you could put that as for the photo as you're going on a ride. Stupidest pose.
Yeah.
Who's judging these though?
Garth, probably.
Oh, God, we will have to get Garth Crooks in. I mean, and then that would save everyone from having to read his column, because he won't be doing a column every week.
He's odd enough that I think he is omniscient, so he probably can read everyone's thoughts, because I think like most mindless comment should be you've been to like theme park outings when you were little and someone in your family has said something utterly stupid.
it'd be good if he justifies each decision he makes with quite a long paragraph that everyone has to kind of read on
and
the
I
screen.
think at least one of the 11 is in there for reasons that no one, not even he, can fully understand.
Yeah. I think we can get Garth to do that.
Yeah. Well, he also ends his column with the crux of the matter, where he waxes lyrical about something that
some sort of on a soapbox about something.
Usually about haircuts.
Yeah,
what is it with blooming haircuts and footballers these days?
Yeah.
So we'd have him doing a little like speaker's corner thing as people leave, just chuntering into the ether, and no one's paying him any attention.
Worst food combination, worst food order.
Yeah.
From
most expensive meal.
Yeah, a Scoffation Noshball. Or equally enhance a sports bar. Most deadly concoction.
Yeah, funniest injury.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most plops.
Yeah, most plops. Yeah, someone might go
when you've
more
been
than
sort
twice.
of asked to double it. Anybody that's a regular delivery, isn't it, every week from but yeah, I think you're right, it does need to change, otherwise people will start seeking out
they'll be trying to
just
double
as
guess,
real
second guess
footballers
it.
have no idea what they need to do to get into Garth Crooks' team of the week, so our visitors should not have a clue.
Yeah.
It's like, I've put these shoes on, and for some reason, Garth Crooks' best normal shoes of the day.
He is in a
best double bow.
He is omniscient, but him just spending the day just with a notepad and a bank of TV monitors. He looks at every single security footage, and he's he's got all of the audio from each security camera going into his ears just to pick any comments up. He might need a few helpers. We could get a few interns to just say, hey Garth, someone just threw up there and it might be for your like, with the Oscars, it's like for your consideration.
It's a bit like
someone's just blown their nose and it was purple.
Yeah, for your consideration, Garth.
Yeah. It's a bit like that bit in Batman when Christian Bale's got he's turned the whole of all of the cameras and people's phones and stuff into a giant security network, and Morgan Freeman's like, it's not the way it should be, and Gareth Bale's
that
like,
famous Gareth Bale, did you call him then?
Yeah, Gareth Bale's like, oh bloody hell, I'm gonna get in that bloody rubber suit again and I want to go and play golf. Then
the back cart.
Yeah. Oh, the bloody I'm going to have to carry me clubs. The back cart's bloody broke down again. But I got to frame and get on it.
Gareth Bale is Batman.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think we could definitely get it to work. We could get some kind of hackery people in to we could turn everyone's phones on.
Get
anonymous in.
Or those, what were they called? Bears? Something bears.
Yeah.
Gummy bears, who are like a Russian
bears?
network. Yeah.
Naughty
the
bears.
hacker
They
alliance.
call naughty bears. Oh, naughty bears.
Oh, the naughty bears are at it again.
The cheeky
Oh,
boys.
you naughty bears.
Big bears. Teddy bears?
I think it's gummy bears.
No, I don't think it was gummy bears.
Care bears? Was
Anyway,
Red bears?
Care bears
we'll
gone
get
wrong.
them in. We'll get them in.
Are you a hacker from Russia? Do you want to work at Footballland?
Yeah. They will, though. They'll love it because the
Have you got a spare moment at the
UAE
minute?
abstained, didn't they, from condemning Russia? So they'll still be allies, so they can definitely come and hack.
Yeah, okay. We definitely need. It's a tough one. It's going to be a long list of categories that
he could choose from.
Exactly.
We don't need to know them in advance. It's whatever Garth is thinking.
Yeah, and that saves a lot of time because he could turn up only an hour into it and be like, "Oh, someone's just got a silly hat. Yeah, silly hat. I'll just choose that."
Yeah.
Well,
as long as he writes. I mean, we'll
He needs
release
11,
his daily column.
I guess what we need to be aware of the times where Garth goes safe. Like you said, every few weeks, Garth goes safe. And that's when we just need to distract Garth from the team of the week, and we need to pick the team of the week.
Yeah.
And that's why
Ghostwrite it for him.
We need to get, exactly,
Yeah.
because we need to, everybody's going to be on the way out feeding. They're going to be looking at that board.
It'll just be like,
what?
Really vanilla, plain rewards.
Yeah,
like
best ice cream.
dresser.
Yeah.
Politest in the queue. So
Yeah, come on,
rubbish.
Garth.
We need to get in that mindset of what Garth loves.
Yeah.
and what Garth hates.
Well, a lot of it he'll hate. He'll probably have a lot to say about different people's haircuts.
Yeah,
A lot of people faffing about. He doesn't like faffing about, does he?
No, yeah, he'll probably some kind of outlandish youth wear.
He doesn't like mind games.
No, he doesn't like mind games. That's true.
Kepper will be in the team of the week, week in, week out.
Yeah, I don't think he likes people's
daily.
surly demeanour on the bench either.
No, you're supposed to be a
Everyone
team player
should be
even if you never get on the pitch.
with happiness.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I see his daily column as being like the unofficial blog of Footballland.
Yeah.
You get a real flavour of what kind of chaos goes on.
And now we've hired him.
Got to get a money's worth.
Yeah.
we should probably occasionally look at it because he might spot some things or areas we can actually improve.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So his kind
I doubt it.
every 6-week rotation where he does something sensible, he goes, actually, there's a few too many people getting burnt.
Yeah. We hadn't noticed that. All these people with singed
a lot
hair.
of fire.
Because there's a lot of dangerous stuff in Footballland, so maybe Garth every now and then might spot.
That would be great. Every 6 weeks, when he does that sensible
Have
column,
a proper look.
it'd be great. Thanks, Garth.
Yeah.
That's really nice of you.
That's
Thank you.
true.
We appreciate
Yeah.
that. a
And
lot.
you go back to the stupid then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's all right. All
So
right.
everyone who's in favour of Team of the Day being a thing introduced to Footballland, after 3 say aye. 1, 2, 3.
Aye.
Yeah. Useful. And fun.
Yes, use fun. And that is that.
That is
Another 3 rides
Another 3 more.
a
experiences.
doable.
Yeah, very doable
All
episode.
doable.
Very doable.
Doable. We're getting better at the doable.
Yeah, thinking about the logistics, thinking about the practicalities.
Because mine was like basically a giant piece of elastic that we sort of make
Just a
stocks.
big bra, yeah.
And we don't need to worry.
Yeah.
The laundry bit is, we can decide. Your,
Nice watery flume.
watery flume.
Watery
We know
flumes.
flumes work.
Flumes work.
They're
and
pretty solid.
People like
Water.
and
And splashing about.
Splashing about.
Very
And
freeing.
make a bit salty for their saliva.
Yes,
Ooh,
yeah.
ooh. You can
And
taste it. Ooh.
better buoyancy in salt water, so
Yeah.
probably less deaths.
Yeah, yeah,
And obviously Garth Crooks team of the week,
Dead easy. Just hired
Really
Garth Crooks.
doable.
Easy peasy.
Lots of positives as well.
I'm
Quite
going to
nice.
write to him at the moment we finish here.
Great. Okay.
All right.
All right.
I said, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Join our Patreon. Be a Patreon,
Yeah.
and you can come up with a
All
ride,
right.
and we will discuss it. And
We
we'll
will
see
discuss
you soon.
it. Yeah.
Bye-bye.